Hello and welcome to a supplementary tutorial in EG 1000. In this tutorial, I'm going to guide you some tips that can make your drawing process less stressful if you are new to Fusion 360. The first one I want to introduce to you is the edit feature. For example, after you have finished your drawing and you try to do some dimensions and you realize that you have placed the wrong dimension. It should be 13, but here I have only 12, for example, like that. So I need to go back to my example to edit it. And I go to the feature, a chamfer, where I make it, right click at that, and then edit the feature. Now you can see that I wrongly placed it 12, it should be 13. Yep, I just click OK now. So now it's going to be automatically updated to me. That is going to be 13 by 13. And after that, you need to save your file. If you look at the top where the file name is, you will see the small asterisk next to it. Yep, this small star. That means the file has not been saved yet. Just Ctrl S to save. Yep. And now, if you move back to your technical drawing, you will see an warning that something has been updated. And please double click on this yellow triangle to update. So now everything will be updated and the dimension will be 13 automatically. You also can edit other like the sketch. If you did something wrong with the sketch, just right click at the sketch and edit sketch. So now you can go back, fix the problem, and when you finish, everything will be updated to your detail. The second thing I want to introduce to you is using of the orbit command. I use it a lot in my drawing, so I can rotate my detail to the angle I want. Now, sometimes, you have done it wrong and you want to pan your detail into the center. You can use a fit zoom, or you can just use a middle mouse button to pan it to the right position, like this. You also can use the orientation cube as well, and I found it quite handy. Now, when you go back to your technical drawing, and I save it, Ctrl S, you can see that here is my front view. But sometimes, when you draw your detail, you select the wrong face at the beginning. So you need to change this one, not the front view, maybe the right view or something. So you just double click on that. And you can change the orientation to the orientation you want, like the left, right, front, back, even isometric, something like that. Yep, but I did it correctly, so I keep it like this. However, sometimes you want your base view to be a specific view that not in the standard one. Here only a few of the standard, so you want it to be the specified view. You can go to your example and you rotate to the right position. You want it to be like trimetric or something like that. Yep. And then after that, you go to name view, right click at that, and you enter new name view. You name it, for example, number 1. Yep. So you save it and then update it. Now if you create a new one and then you insert a base view, you have the option to change it to be the number 1 that you just created because you name it. So it's going to be a base view. No matter which orientation it is, it's going to be a base view because you set it as number 1. When you create a new drawing, please click on this button, Quick Add. So therefore, your sheet number going to be automatically updated. It's number 2/2. And this one was number 1/2, something like that. When you do the dimensions, you may use the quick dimensions, that's the auto dimensions over here. However, in my experience, the auto dimension is not the best. So it's better to use the manual dimensions to place it on to get the better mark. However, when you use the dimensions, if you click on this and click on this one, you're going to have some inclining dimension because it's always parallel to the object. To do this one, you need to do the linear dimension. So click on the small triangle to get down, go to linear dimensions, and then click on the first one and then the second one. Now you can see that your dimension is always parallel to the edges of the paper. There are also some tips for you to do dimension. For example, if I do dimensions on this side, it may overlap with my view name. So therefore, you always can find another place to place the dimensions that doesn't occupy more space or overlap with the view name. Try to be smart in placing dimensions. The next handy dimension I want to introduce to you is a chain dimension. For example, when you use a dimension for multiple line over here, I can place a base dimension first, and after that I use a chain dimension. Click on the base dimensions and then keep going. It's going to give you very quickly many of the dimension you want to have. Yep, like that. So it looks neat and tidy to me. Yep, please keep in your mind that if you want to place a dimension, you have to place it enough so the manufacturer can produce a detail without asking you what is this dimension equal to. Thank you very much and see you in the next tutorial.